Hi everyone, my name is Zhongfeng Yang and I'm PhD candidate at Polytechnico di Milano. With this video, I'm going to show you the ICSxFurniture toolkit. X stands for Sustainable Concept Ideation, and the tool helps you to generate sustainable furniture solutions. First, I will give you an overview of the toolkit, including its purpose and components. Then from part 2 to part 5, I'll explain in detail each tool's goal, how to use it, and how it can be integrated into the overall furniture design process. Finally, in part 6, I'll show you how to access the tool. So the first part, the overview of the ICSfurniture toolkit. The toolkit aims to help designers and companies create furniture products that are environmentally sustainable and innovative by applying the principles of furniture-specific lifecycle design. It consists of 4 tools, including the checklist for existing furniture product evaluation, the eco-ideas boards, checklist for lifecycle design strategies improvement, or pursuit evaluation. This tool has 3 levels: detail, simplified, normal, or deep. The last one is multi-strategy reader. The toolkit is a navigatable software toolkit. The toolkit is based on the rich knowledge we gained from the Giotto project. This project was funded by the Italian Ministry of Education and Research and aimed to develop and spread innovative design strategies and guidelines for sustainable and circular economy in the competitive value chains of made in Italy, such as furniture, food, and fashion. The toolkit integrates knowledge of furniture-related knowledge for the project, such as 7 furniture-specific lifecycle design strategies, 40 sub-strategies, and around 200 guidelines, as well as 41 sustainable furniture product cases that are linked to the 2 idea boards. Here, let me give you an overview of the furniture-specific strategies, which include furniture use extension, intensification, reduce material consumption of furniture, furniture materials life extension, reduce toxicity of the furniture system, reduce energy consumption of the furniture system, resources conservation biocompatibility for furniture. There is another strategy which is quite related: furniture use extension or intensification, and furniture materials life extension, which is not listed here, and that is design for furniture assembly. And the first tool I'm going to introduce is the checklist for existing furniture product evaluation. And the tool helps you to qualitatively assess the environmental impact of existing furniture product and to decide the priority level for each of the 6 furniture product lifecycle design strategies, which is high, medium, low, or 0. And the tool consists of 6 checklists, 1 for each strategy. So firstly, let me explain the tool's components. For each checklist, you will find a set of environmental impact related questions for that specific strategy. You can write down the environmental impact of your existing furniture in the space provided. You can also navigate easily among the 6 strategies using the navigator, and finally, you can choose the level of priority for each strategy from a drop-down list after evaluating the environmental impact. The drop-down list has 4 options: high priority, medium priority, low priority, and 0 priority. To use the checklist for evaluating existing furniture products, you need to go to the home page and click on the button that writes the qualitative assessing existing furniture system. This will take you to the first checklist for furniture use, extension, or intensification. The first step is to identify the environmental impact of existing furniture product. For each strategy, we need to answer a checklist of questions that get in identifying relevant environmental problems and provide a detailed overview of their impact with a short report. The second step is to decide the lifecycle design strategies, intervention priorities for the existing furniture product. To do this, you need to consider the environmental impact related to each strategy. By comparing how much each strategy can improve the furniture's environmental impact, you can choose the priority level for each strategy from the predefined drop-down list or predefined scale, which is high, medium, low, or zero, as I said before. I want to show you how this tool could be integrated in the general design process. With this image, you can see the general furniture design process, which includes furniture strategic analysis or design brief, concept design, detail design or engineering, and furniture communication. For each of these stages, we proposed different environmental sustainability related steps. For example, for furniture strategic analysis, we proposed these two steps could be integrated into the general design process, including environmental evaluation of reference furniture product and identification of environmental design priorities for reference furniture product. With a checklist for existing furniture product evaluation, you can use it in the furniture strategic analysis or brief or design brief stage to evaluate the environmental impact of reference furniture product and to determine the environmental design priorities for them. The next tool I'm going to show you in the ICSxFurniture toolkit or ICSxFurniture toolkit is the eco-idea board. The eco-idea boards help you to create environmentally sustainable ideas, which are inspired by specific guidelines and examples. There are 7 sides of idea boards, one for each lifecycle design strategy. Each board consists a list of furniture design guidelines with cases, digital post-it for the documentation of new promising ideas, and a navigator with assigned priorities. To use the tool, you need to go to the home page and click on Eco-Idea Boards button. This will take you to the tool where you can start with the strategy that has the highest priority. Here is how to use the tool. There are one of several idea boards for each strategy. For each board, go through the guidelines one by one. If you see an EX mark, you can click on it to see a relevant case for more inspiration. You will be inspired by these guidelines or cases. For example, if you are designing a visiting chair and you read the first guideline, facilitate the removal of easily wear out components, you might come up with an idea like use zip connection for visiting chair and its textile cover. Then you need to write down your ideas on the digital post-it and move them around. Try to generate as many ideas as possible for each strategy. And some strategies have more than one board, so you can click on the arrow to see the next board for the same strategy. If there is only one board for a strategy, you can move to the next strategy with high priority until you find all the strategies. Sometimes, if some strategy has very low relevance or is not your focus, you can skip it. The outcome of the tool is a collection of sustainable furniture product design ideas that you can use to create new concepts in the next steps. You can use this tool during the furniture concept design stage to generate environmentally sustainable furniture ideas. Next tool I'm going to show is checklist for concept improvement or for lifecycle design strategies pursuit evaluation. This tool has two purposes. First, it helps you to evaluate the environmental improvement of your new furniture concept compared to the existing furniture. You can do this using the simplified or normal mode. Second, it helps you to assess the sustainability level of your new concepts. You can do this using this deep model. Let me explain each model to you. First, the simplified mode. To use this mode, you need to go to the home page and click on Concept Improvement or Lifecycle Design Strategies Pursuit Evaluation and Simplified. The tool allows you to compare your new concept with the existing furniture and see how much it has improved. The furniture-specific lifecycle design guidelines have three levels: strategy, sub-strategy, and guideline level. Each strategy has several sub-strategies, and each sub-strategy has several guidelines. This simplified tool evaluates the improvement at the strategy level. For each strategy, you need to decide how much your new concept has improved compared to the existing furniture. For example, for the first strategy, furniture use extension or intensification, you need to think if your new concept has extended furniture's life or intensified the furniture use, and by how much. After making a decision, you can choose the level of improvement for that strategy from a drop-down list. The options are radical improvement, incremental improvement, no improvement, or worse. You need to do this for all these strategies. Then, the tool will automatically calculate an overall level of improvement based on the improvements and their priorities. If you want to use a more detailed evaluation of your concept improvement, you can use the normal mode. To use this mode, you need to go to the home page and click Normal. Then you will be able to access to the tool. This normal mode evaluates the improvement at the sub-strategy level. With this mode, you need to decide how much your new concept has improved for each sub-strategy. For example, for the first strategy, furniture use extension intensification, you need to consider the improvement for all the sub-strategies, such as facilitating furniture maintenance, upgrading and adaptation, and so on. You can choose the level of improvement for all the sub-strategies from a drop-down list. The options are radical improvement, incremental improvement, no improvement, or worse. Then the level of concept improvement for each strategy is calculated automatically. The improvement of each strategy weighted with the priorities give an overall level of concept improvement. With the deep level, we can evaluate how well our new concept follows the furniture-specific lifecycle design guidelines. To use this level, we need to go to the home page and click Deep to access to the tool. Then we need to evaluate the pursuit of guidelines for each sub-strategy by inputting the number 1 and choices. The choices include yes, partially, no, not applicable. The questions, for example, the first one is whether the new concept facilitates the replacement or removal of easily wear out parts. If our new concept is designed following this guideline, we will input 1 and a yes. But if you think a new concept doesn't follow this guideline, you need to input 1 and a no. Then you continue the evaluation for other sub-strategies and then for other strategies until finishing all guidelines evaluation. When you finish all the evaluation for all these guidelines, you click Summary to go back to the summary page. The summary page will show you the result of the evaluation automatically. Here, the level of pursuit of the sub-strategies and each strategy is obtained automatically with the unit of percentage. And then the level of pursuit for each strategy is generated automatically with text, including excellent, good, fair, or poor. The later, the level of pursuit for each strategy, weighted with their priorities, give the overall pursuit level. This tool can be used in the furniture concept design stage, detail design stage, and communication stage for the environmental comparison of new concept with reference furniture. The last tool within the ICSxFurniture toolkit is the multi-strategy reader. The reader has different aims. Firstly, it used to visualize each life cycle design strategy's priority for that furniture, to visualize the furniture concept's potential environmental improvement of sustainable level and the key characteristics contributing to such improvement of such level. The most promising eco ideas that are arisen during the concept design phase will be visualized within the reader map. So how to use the multi-strategy reader? First, we click Reader to access to the tool. Then we report through an abbreviation in the specific circles on strategy arrows to visualize the assigned priority for each of these strategies. It can also be used for selecting best ideas. So we need to select the best ideas for each strategy in the eco idea box. And then we paste selected ideas to the reader map. And the reader map can also be used to display the concept improvement. Here we can select the level of detail of the checklist for concept improvement or for lifecycle design strategies evaluation. Then automatically it provides an overview of the furniture concept's potential environmental improvement of sustainable level for each life cycle design strategies. Then we need to give a summary description of improvements related to strategies. Multi-strategy reader can be used in different stages. For example, in the furniture strategy analysis, it can be used to visualize the environmental design priorities for reference furniture product. And during furniture concept design, it can be used to select most promising ideas and to compare the new concept with existing furniture. It can also be used during the communication stage to communicate the environmental comparison of new concept with the reference furniture. The ICSxFurniture toolkit consists of 4 tools that are designed to work together in the furniture product design process. However, this toolkit is modular, which means you can also use them separately or in combination according to your specific needs in any furniture design project. So how to access to the tool? As mentioned, the ICSxFurniture toolkit integrates all the tools that we have introduced. You can access the toolkit for free and download it for offline use from the LearnSlab official website, the Learning Resources and Tools section. The toolkit is also open source or open access, so you can download it, diffuse it, modify it, update it, or customize it to suit your specific needs. If you have any questions about how to use this toolkit, any comments or suggestions, please don't hesitate to contact me with my official email address. So how can you access to the ICSxFurniture toolkit, the ideal furniture toolkit, the innovation diagram for furniture, or the concept sheet for furniture? You need to type learnslab.polyme.it in the address column, and then you will enter the homepage of LearnSlab Polyme official website. On this website, please find Learning Resources. You click on Learning Resources and you will see all the relevant resources developed by our lab. And you go directly to the Tools section. You will find Sustainable Furniture System Design Tools. Click it. You will enter in the YouTube channel of LearnSlab Tools. Within this playlist, you will find all these 4 tools or toolkit that are relevant to sustainable furniture system design. For example, if you want to download or see the presentation of the ICSxFurniture toolkit, you click here and you will enter the presentation of the ICSxFurniture toolkit. Now, we are not going to listen to the presentation. We go directly to this section. If we click the link related to please download the tool guide, and if you click it, you will enter in the shared document of the tool. Here, you right-click the name of the tool and click download. You will be able to download the tool for the offline application. You can use the same procedure to download all other tools, including the ICSxFurniture toolkit, the innovation diagram, or the concept sheet furniture. Okay, once you have downloaded the ICSxFurniture toolkit from the LearnSlab Polyme official website, you open it and you enter directly to the homepage of ICSxFurniture toolkit. How you can use the toolkit in the project you are conducting? Firstly, one person from the project need to act as the facilitator and operate on the tool. So me, as an example, will act as this role as an example. So first, when you're entering this toolkit, you will see that the visualization it may be smaller for your computer, but for some people who is using this toolkit, it will be proper. So depending on your needs, you right-click the name of the sheet and you click select all sheets. Then we cite this as 100%. So this is proper for me, so cite a proper zooming percentage as your computer needs. So on the home page, we have access to all these tools I have introduced to you. In addition to that, you could access to the tips page with this question mark. On this page, you will have a short overview of all these tools I have introduced to you and some tips of optimize the visualization as I have showed you. And also, there is a link to the tutorial of how to use this tool. Then we go back to the home page, and if you click life cycle design strategies, you will see all these strategies that have been integrated into the toolkit. This is an important part of this toolkit. Many knowledge are linked directly to these strategies. Then we go back to the home page. So this toolkit can be used to design a new product or can be used to redesign an existing furniture that need to be improved for more environmentally sustainable. So I will make an example of redesigning existing furniture. So let's assume that we have an existing sofa that to be redesigned. The first step is to access to qualitative assessment existing furniture system by click on that icon. Once you enter this tool, you will see 6 strategies. For each of these strategies, we have a list of questions to be answered. By answering these questions, you will have an overview of the environmental impact related to the existing furniture, the sofa. And under this strategy, for example, for furniture use extension intensification, we have a list of questions that related to whether this existing furniture, this existing sofa has been designed as use extension or use intensification. The first question is the furniture or some of its components disposable? And we think that our current sofa does not consume any disposable components. So we answer this question by writing down a short report related to these questions. And we have another question like, does the furniture or any of its components have a short service life? For the sofa, we think that the cover of the sofa tends to be broken easily, so we write down this. And also, is disposable packaging used? Yes, disposable packaging is used in this for this furniture. And does the furniture, some of its components tend to deteriorate or break down easily? Yes, if like the feet of the sofa might tend to be broken easily, or the cover of the sofa tend to be broken easily. And after answering all these questions, we will have in mind the environmental impact of the sofa related to use extension intensification, and then we will give a priority for this strategy. For example, if all these questions are like negative, like our sofa has many environmental problems, we need to define the priority as high. And then we go to the next strategy and answer all these questions and give a definition of the priority for reduce materials consumption and also materials life extension, reduce energy consumption, resources conservation or biocompatibility, and reduce toxicity. After answering all these questions, we will define the priorities for all of these strategies, and we will have some strategies that have a higher priority, like by default, we give high priority to use extension intensification, reduce materials consumption and materials life extension. And after working on this, we come back to the home page by clicking this home page icon. And then we can go to the radar diagram. One function of the radar diagram, as I introduced, is to record the priority for each of these life cycle design strategies. In this case, we use the default priority. But if you define this priority by yourself, what you need to do is to change the abbreviation for this strategy with the final defined priority. For example, this is about furniture use extension or intensification. We need to check this strategy's priority. In this case, is high. We need to write down H as an abbreviation of high. And for this material life extension for furniture, the priority is medium. Alternatively, we need to write down M for material life extension for furniture. Here, in this case, is furniture material life extension, and here we are using the default, so it's M. But if you have changed the priority, you need to use the according abbreviation for that strategy. And now we come back to the home page. After defining the priority, the next step is to generate promising environmentally sustainable ideas for our software redesign. So we go to the equal idea boards. The first thing we need to check is the priority for these strategies as we defined with the first two. Here, we need to start from the strategies with high priority. In this case, use extension intensification has high priority, so we start from it. Once we enter in this page, the facilitator needs to guide everyone within our project to read one by one the sub-strategy and guidelines related to that sub-strategy. For example, here the sub-strategy is facilitate furniture maintenance, and we need to read one by one all these related guidelines. The first one is facilitate the removal and replacement of easy to wear out parts, blah, blah, blah. And after reading this, maybe some of us have some ideas. You need to prepare, post it, and write down your ideas. For example, my idea is design a removable cover for sofa with zip connection. You write down this idea and pass it to the facilitator. So me is the facilitator. What I need to do is to record this idea by a participant of our project. So the idea one, let's name it idea one, is the design a removable cover of sofa with zip connection. And others may have some other ideas. Let's read the last one, design modular product to facilitate the substitution or cleaning of parts instead of substitution or cleaning of the entire product. So this is also like an important guideline for sofa. So another one maybe have a new idea and pass it to me as design modular sofa to facilitate easily maintain cleaning. Let's see. So in this case, we don't need to clean the whole sofa when one component of it get dirty. And after everyone generates ideas and the first facilitator record all these ideas, we need to go back to go to the next sub strategy or go to the next strategy. Here, if we have like an arrow here, it means that we have other sub-strategies related to the first strategy. The second sub-strategy is facilitate furniture upgrading and adaptation. And then we need to read all these guidelines and generate ideas with the same procedure. And here we have some examples. You can click to access to these examples for like to inspire more ideas. Here in this case is about the multifunctional of this, let's say, table or bed. We can see in detail the product and read the description for that. After reading that, we may have new ideas like whether our sofa could be designed for functional. Here someone may have new ideas like design a sofa with one component as bed, so it will be intensely used, and for other we may have other ideas. After we generating ideas for all these sub-strategies, like we come to the end sub-strategy for this strategy, we go to the next strategy with high priority and then middle priority. For some strategies like reduce energy consumption, if our current sofa has reduced the energy consumption, it's okay that you skip that strategy, but if you want to improve as much as possible the sustainable benefits of your product, you may also continue with these strategies, sub-strategies, and guidelines. Here we see another one, design for disassembly. It has no priority. What we should do is to follow. Design for disassembly is a strategy that closely related to use extension or intensification and materials life extension. Since these two strategies has relatively high priority, so we need to pay attention to this design for disassembly and generate ideas. After this step, the next step is to choose the most promising ideas. For example, for use extension, we think these two strategies are very promising. We need to copy this. And we click home page and go to the reader. This related to another function of the reader, which is to recap all these promising ideas. On this page, we click Ctrl V to paste the most promising ideas, but it shows error notification. So we click OK and we go to the review tab and click Unprotect sheet. And the idea is related to furniture use extension intensification, and we paste the ideas here. So these are the most promising ones related to furniture use extension intensification. And then always remember to protect this. We don't need to care about this, just click OK. And I'm not continuing with the other strategies, but after you pasting all these ideas, you will have an idea of the new concept. Like maybe we can design a sofa with removable cover. We may design a modular sofa to facilitate easy cleaning, and then you need to draw it on paper or draw it with 3D modeling prototyping software. And after you developed the new concept, you come back to this toolkit, and you will be able to use the concept improvement or life cycle design strategies pursuit evaluation tool to evaluate whether the new concept is improved in terms of environmentally sustainable in comparison to the existing one. So this evaluation could be conducted with simplified model, normal mode, or deep mode. Here, firstly, I'm introduce the normal mode, how we can conduct this evaluation. First, for furniture use extension intensification, we need to read all this, the title of all these sub strategies to see our new concept is following this or not. So for facilitate furniture maintenance, yes, because the cover is designed to be removable, so it's easy to maintain it. So I would say it's radical improvement compared to the existing furniture. And the second one is facilitate upgrading and adaptation. Yes, because we designed a modular sofa, so it's easy to upgrade part of it. And also the cover of the sofa is changeable, so it's easy to adapt the color, the pattern of the sofa to adapt to new interior, and also adapted to different functions because it is modular designed. And design for furniture for reliability, for example, if we have considered that maybe incremental improvement and also facilitate enable furniture use, reuse or remanufacturing, yes. And the last one, intensify furniture use, yes, because we designed multifunctional furniture. So we need to do this comparison for the new concept for all these strategies. After we conduct the evaluation, there will be an automatic level of improvement related to each strategy. Here for furniture use extension intensification, the improvement is radical. And after we conducting the evaluation for all these sub-strategies and the improvement for each strategy will be automatically calculated by waiting to the level of priority, we will give an overall improvement. Here, this is no improvement because even if the furniture use is extended, for the others, there are no improvement. It's hardly improved the final result to a higher level. So maybe we continue the evaluation with this. Let's see, incremental improvement, and the final result is incremental improvement. Let's stop here. In the real project, you need to conduct evaluation for all these sub strategies. But if you want to conduct a simplified evaluation, you can come directly to the simplified mode. and evaluate on the strategy level. Not going to do this. And also, if you want to have a detailed result, you can come to the deep level. For the deep level, we need to evaluate whether our new concept has pursued this guidelines. For example, for furniture use extension, the sub-strategy is facilitate furniture maintenance, and it has 15 questions. We need to answer all these questions. The first one is, has the design facilitate the removal and replacement of easy-to-wear-out parts, such as mechanisms and joints for the movable parts? In our case, so far, the removable part is a cover. Whether it is easy, the easy-to-wear-out parts is the cover of the sofa. So we have facilitated the removal and replacement of this cover. So for this, we will say yes. We need to conduct this evaluation for all these questions, and let's see this. After you make an evaluation, the color will be changed automatically. Here, for example, this, if you choose, you make a run. If you make a mistake, for example, you choose both yes or partially, it will be unhighlighted. So you need to check whether you have made the right evaluation. After conducting all this, you need to go to the next sub-strategy until you finish for all these strategies. Okay, let's make it short, and then we go to the summary. For example, we conducted the evaluation for this sub-strategy, and we have a percentage of the pursuit of this sub-strategy. And this, if we conduct evaluation for all these sub-strategies, there will be automatically a pursuit of the strategy furniture use extension or intensification. In this case, since we have made only 3 choices, the score is poor because by default it will think that the evaluation is not finished, or the pursuit of these strategies are not poor. So this is because we haven't conducted the evaluation. So I'm not going to conduct in detail this evaluation. In your project, you could do that by yourself. Okay, let's go back to the home page. After conducting this evaluation, we have a visualization tool to show the improvement of our new furniture product. Here, let's go to the reader. In this case, firstly, we need to see the evaluation level because we didn't conduct the evaluation level on the simplified mode. So by default, it is this, like no improvement. But if we select normal, because we have conducted this evaluation on the normal mode, so we could see that for furniture use extension intensification, it has a radical improvement. Here you can see this equal means this equal means the, and this circle means equal, which means no improvement. But if you go to this one plus, it means incremental improvement. And if the arrow lies at the outer circle, we will see 2 plus, which means a radical improvement. In our case, furniture use extension intensification, our new concept shows radical improvement, and also it has high priority, which means has improved a lot in terms of this. And by reading all these ideas, we can give a recap of what characteristics has made our new concept radical improvement. Here, a removable cover. Here is modular sofa. So here we have a recap saying that the characteristics like removable cover and modular software component has made our new concept radical improvement in terms of furniture usage such as intensification. For the others, we didn't see improvement. This is because we haven't evaluated them. But if in the real case, we see that some strategies with high priority shows no improvement is not a good thing, which means that this strategy, reduce material consumption of furniture, has high priority, but we did nothing for that. So in this case, we need to go back to the equal idea board, and about reduced materials consumption, we need to regenerate new ideas. This is a reminder of what you have missed for your new concept. And this evaluation can be if we did the evaluation on the simplified model, and here we need to choose simplified. If we did the evaluation on the deep model, we need to choose the deep model. Okay, that's all for ICSxFurniture toolkit. In your real project, we recommend you to follow the sequence of using these tools, but since this is a modular toolkit, you can use several of these tools according to your project's needs. On the other hand, I would like to emphasize that this is an open access toolkit. On the other hand, since this ICSxFurniture toolkit is open access, that is to say you are welcome to diffuse it for free, and you can change it, upgrade it according to your company's needs or according to the specific product you are working. So if you have further questions about everything about this toolkit, or if you have any suggestions, comments, you are welcome to contact me in person. My email address is written down there, so please send me an email.